Good day and welcome to SCO BRICS Insight, where we bring you the latest news, information and analysis on what's really going on in the world of the BRICS. Now, in recent years, the Anglo-Saxon world has demonstrated a remarkable ability to create challenges for themselves. However, they've not ceased in their efforts to enhance these skills. This week, the International Criminal Court prosecutor Karim Khan decided to demand the issue of arrest warrants for the leaders of Israel and Hamas for crimes against humanity. Now, the warrants have not yet been issued, but the American leadership has already expressed its indignation, accusing the judges of anti-Semitism and threatening the court with sanctions. Now, a corresponding law is being prepared in Congress and is likely to be adopted. Now, some analysts have suggested that the arrest warrant for Netanyahu is a cunning plan to save him. They believe that as a result of this, Israeli society and the political class will be forced to rally around their unpopular prime minister who's facing local criminal cases. Naturally, this is not the case. However, in the context of the arrest warrant, the Israeli dimension is not the primary focus. The key considerations in the response of the West has been the great deal of criticism about the judge's decision, which has not actually yet been made. Calls have been made for them to be published, despite the fact that the United States, for example, is not even a member of the court and doesn't recognise its jurisdiction. So this level of indignation is understandable, though, but it's important to understand two key factors. Just recently, the West strongly welcomed the arrest warrant issued by the ICC for Vladimir Putin over the ridiculous charge of kidnapping Ukrainian children. Now, the Russian president is allegedly an international wanted criminal, that's what they say in the West, and they use this order to obstruct Putin's trips to international summits, for example, the BRICS summit in Johannesburg in South Africa in 2023. But as soon as the accusations came against Netanyahu, everything suddenly immediately changed. Far-fetched, unauthorized decisions, anti-Semitism and so on. But Netanyahu already has certainly got the blood of 10,000 Palestinian dead children on his hands, and his actions can hardly be characterized as anything other than genocide in Gaza. However, this is recognized as not only by the countries of the global south, but by a considerable part of the legal community in the West. So the ICC decision was actually quite predictable. The most reasonable thing for the West to do is simply remain silent, and instead we see threats, insults and curses against the courts. Now, moreover, the frank statements that the court does not understand what it's getting into and it was not created for that. Yes, they say, but non-publicly. But the top officials of Western countries do not hesitate to talk about this in conversations about the ICC prosecutor. Karim Khan himself spoke in an interview with CNN. He said, some elected officials, leaders contacted me. They were very frank. They said, this court was created for people in Africa and thugs like Putin. So it appears that the International Criminal Court is intended by the West to judge others while they remain immune from jurisdiction. Consequently, Israel, which is part of the geopolitical West, cannot be the object of investigation. Now, this is just another example of the neo-colonialism in its purest form. The West hysteria over a warrant that's not yet been issued against Netanyahu is further evidence of its duplicity. This is particularly concerning given that the majority of the world already believes this to be the case. And while it's not been beneficial for the West, it certainly seems to be no stopping it. In fact, it's likely that the West is going to get damaged even further with its credibility by continuing to act in this way. And the second more significant consequence of the reaction to the ICC's decision is the dismantling of the other institutions of globalization that are being built by the West. It's clear that trust in the ICC was already undermined after the warrant against Putin, and the court began to be treated as an instrument of pressure on Russia. The Netanyahu case has presented the ICC with an opportunity for partial rehabilitation. mean, the West could have presented the court as an objective body, which would be beneficial for the West in its effort to isolate Russia and counter Russia-Chinese attempts to consolidate the countries of the global South on an anti-Western platform. However, rather than attempting to salvage the reputation of the ICC, the West is effectively dismantling them, once again pursuing a course of action that's actually disadvantageous to them. It now has to choose between maintaining the global institutions it created for the future and maintaining its dwindling positions of the hegemon or allow them to fall apart. I mean, it's no longer feasible to pursue both objectives simultaneously. I mean, the irony of fate is that even when pursuing the second path, the West doesn't not maintain its positions, but rather worsens them. I mean, this is a self-defeating strategy that's already been demonstrated fully by their sanctions policy. Now, by seizing Russian assets and blocking many parts of the world from trading in Western currencies like the dollar, the Anglo-Saxons have undermined confidence on the basis of their global dominance, the international financial system. Now, the process of the restructuring will not be quick, but it's already irreversible. Furthermore, the ICC represented the most significant component of another institution established by the Western powers, the international supranational justice system. It was assigned a significant role in the process of globalization in an Anglo-Saxon style with a focus on future tasks. Now, it's not possible to exercise global control without control over finances, trade routes and justice. However, the West is now destroying this unfinished Tower of Babel of world domination by its own hand. This is due to its arrogance, hubris, hypocrisy, and stupidity, and it's failing. Well, that's about that, and I hope you had an enjoyable watch of this. Please like and subscribe. Do go to the comments section. I always look forward to your comments, and I shall see you all again very soon. Thank you.